Yeah, Julia, and it's going to be very prevalent as we head into your weekend. Now, today it's not as bad as what we've seen over the last couple of days. And the big help in our forecast for today is that winds are not going to be as strong. So breaking down what to expect from that fire danger as we move through your Friday forecast, we're going to be seeing winds out of the north up to around 10 miles an hour today. Humidity down to as low as 5% in some areas. So humidity is still very problematic. That's what's keeping fire danger elevated. So you still don't want to be doing things like mowing your lawn today. That could spark a fire. It's going to be very easy for fires to start. They just won't spread as quickly due to the lighter winds heading in. The winds lighter, that's a huge help, by the way. Mid to high 80s for your valley this afternoon, so it is going to be staying toasty out there for today. Meanwhile, getting a look at the fire danger in your Friday forecast, we're still in the high range today. We're out of the extreme range, so that's the good news. And the only reason we're out of the extreme range is that winds will not be as strong. Getting a look at what we're seeing moving forward into your weekend, a fire weather watch going into effect Saturday afternoon lasting through Sunday night. The big issues here are going to be very strong winds out of the north and low humidity across our region. It's going to be very dry, very windy. This lends itself to high fire danger. Now, at the moment, this is a fire weather watch. We could be seeing this upgraded by Sunday morning into a red flag warning. So we're going to be watching that very closely for you here on Action News Now. Stick with us right here for the coverage you can count on. We are going to be keeping all hands on deck for you through this event. High wind watch in effect from Saturday night through Sunday night. This is 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts in the valley. There's potential here for gusts up to possibly 55 miles an hour out of the north in the valley. So the strongest wind event of the year looking likely for this weekend. In areas of the Sierra and foothills, especially those canyons, we could be looking at gusts up to 65 miles an hour. So this is, aside from fire danger itself, another event that could be a big impact on travel this weekend. Trees falling into roadways or power lines, that could be very much possible as we move through the next couple of days. We're also looking at the potential there for anything outside your home blowing around. If you have lawn furniture that is a little bit lighter, you may want to bring that indoors over the next few days. Meanwhile, winds right now this morning calm across our region for the most part. 8 miles an hour out of the northeast, the strongest wind we're seeing right now, and that's at Red Bluff. Not a whole lot to write home about this morning. Humidity still around or below 50% early on today in the valley. Not as high as we'd like to see, but not as low as 24 hours ago, and we're likely to see temperatures or humidity dipping into the single digits to teens again this afternoon. Meanwhile, temperatures this morning a little brisk compared to the last few days. High 40s to mid 50s in the valley, mid to high 60s in the foothills. 30s for most mountain areas early on today. Satellite and radar showing clear skies overhead right now. That is not expected to change. We've got high pressure now centered over Northern California. Remember, the last couple of days that was off the coast. Now it's centered over our region. So we're not really seeing any big tight gradients going on right now. We're not seeing any strong winds expected for today. Moving into your extended forecast, no rain in sight this weekend. We would love to see a shot of wet weather heading through. That is not in the cards for us. We're staying dry. We're staying sunny across the region for the next couple of days. Meanwhile, high temperatures today, still around 10 to 15 degrees above average, mid to high 80s in the valley, high 70s to low 80s in the foothills, mostly 70s to around the low 80s in the mountains later on today. And ahead your Storm Tracker 7-day forecast where your weekend is always in view. Mid to high 80s with sunshine for the valley today, low to mid 80s Saturday. Winds starting to really pick up Saturday afternoon, ramping up late Saturday into Sunday. Sunday we have high fire danger on the way due to those very strong winds expected. Temperatures topping out in the low 70s. By Monday, winds started to diminish, but there is another chance for a wind event arriving Tuesday into Wednesday of your extended forecast. Temperatures during that time still in the low to mid 70s. Right now, models are still split on whether or not we'll see very gusty conditions Tuesday into Wednesday, but that is something to keep in mind as we move through your forecast, and we will be keeping a close eye on that for you right here on Action News Now. Friday, sunny skies at high 80s in Redding, low 80s with sunshine on Saturday. Winds start to really pick up Saturday evening, ramping up on Sunday. That's where we're seeing the strongest winds on the way. Temperatures in the high 60s, but again, don't let that fool you. It's still going to be very dry and very windy. That's problematic for fire danger. Not as windy on Monday, and then potential for another wind event Tuesday. And then, Julia, finally a look at your Halloween forecast. Not looking to be as windy with mid 70s and sunny skies for your Halloween forecast. That's good news at the end of that 7-day. But again, until then, we're seeing very strong winds late Saturday through early Monday. Another potential wind event Tuesday into Wednesday of your extended forecast.